Ever wondered what makes the Ebola virus such a terrifying pathogen? Let's take a quick dive inside the Ebola virus, its structure, how it replicates, and why its different subtypes matter. First off, Ebola is part of the family, famous for its long, spaghetti-like shape, about 970 nanometers long and 80 nanometers wide. That's roughly 100 times thinner than a human hair. It doesn't just come as a single straight rod. Ebola can twist into branches, U-shapes, rings, or even hexagons, with branched forms being especially common. Its surface is studded with tiny spikes, 8 to 10 nanometers tall. Think of them as molecular grappling hooks. Inside, Ebola has a helical ribonucleocapsid, a fancy word for a spiral-shaped core that holds its negative-sense RNA genome. This core is wrapped up with proteins like NP, VP35, VP30, and the big boss L polymerase. The whole thing can coil up to 10 micrometers long. That's massive for a virus. So how does Ebola hijack a cell? It uses its glycoprotein spikes, GP1 and GP2, to latch onto host cell receptors like NPC1 and co-receptors such as TIM1 or DC sign. Once attached, the virus fuses its envelope with the cell membrane, slipping its nucleocapsid into the cytoplasm. Then, L polymerase gets to work, making positive strand RNA, which becomes the template for both proteins and fresh negative strand genomes. Proteins assemble, new viruses bud off using VP40, and the infection spreads. Ebola's complexity is incredible, and understanding it is the first step to fighting back.